Hello, everyone. This is Evangelist Walesa Norris, and I am coming to you guys today with my pop up message for today. And my pop up message is do unto others as you would want done unto you. That is in the Bible for us believers, for those who don't believe, for the whole world, right? And God says, my people perish for a lack of knowledge. It's not how you come into the world, it's not what you're used to doing, but when you seek out God, when you seek out wisdom, when you seek out trying to be a better person right now, you get the understanding of how you should behave, how you should be thinking, how you should treat others. But when you don't seek out God, when you don't try to better your life, when you don't try to get around positive people and try to do something positive with your life, right? This is how we see the fall in our nation. So many people who plot and plan other people's demise with attacks and words or in deeds, right? They will not be able to handle what they have done to others or what they plan against others, or they definitely don't want to go through it, right? We see this in the Bible with Cain and Abel. Cain killed his brother Abel out of jealousy, right? He wanted to half step with God, give God the very least, right? While he keep all the best. But Abel did what the Bible said. Let me put God first, right? Let me give God my best. Let me give God my first fruit. Let me show God that I'm working on my kind and loving ways and that I honor and respect him. So because God seen Abel's heart, right? His hard work, and seeing that he really was trying, not saying that he was perfect, right? But he was going to God first. He was examining himself, right? He was trying to come through with a loving spirit, and he loved his brother. But his brother is the one that wanted all the fame, all the attention on himself, right? And this is where the spirit of jealousy and envy come in, right? People want to compete. And God even told all of us in the Bible, especially Cain, right? If you do not do well, will I not bless you as well too? If you do not do good, won't I bless you too? If you give me your best, won't I bless you too? So why is it that you're mad at Abel? So because Cain was jealous of Abel and felt like God had favored him, not looking or trying to be understanding of why God favored Abel, right? And trying to go down his own course and what God has called him to do, he wanted to compare his life, and he killed Abel. And what God said to Cain, your brother's blood is crying out to me. And this is what we're seeing now in our nation, right? With all this violence, with all these demonic attacks, with our world coming down. Nobody's being loving, nobody is being understanding, nobody is trying to figure out why people are behaving the way they is, or if God has blessed them, right? What they had to go through, or the process they had to go to get God's blessing so they can get it for their own life, not wanting somebody else's life, but the light that God gave them and the path that God gave them. So with all of this horrendous acts, all of this violence, all these different attacks that's going on in our nation, and especially in the African American community, I love all people and I believe all lives matter. But when we came together as a race, the African Americans, for Black Lives Matter, I was one to finally say, hey, we can finally come together in unity, because everybody knows that our race has been through so much trauma, right? So much detrimental different things, from slavery, from just different things, not having fair treatment, not getting job opportunities. And now that all of that is turning around and God is blessing us and people are having open mind toward African Americans, not all people, but some people, right? And giving us the chance that we can get out and prosper and show our gifts and do what we want to do and have a voice for ourselves. Now we see the fall again in our nation. And I loved, like I said, that so many Black people were coming together. I felt like so many people was gaining wisdom and realizing that it is unity and power and favor and blessings when we join together in unity, no matter what the race is, right? And being kind, compassionate, and understanding. But every time we turn around, it's Black on Black crime, right? I just want Black lives to matter to Black people, and not just when something detrimental happen, right? And every time something detrimental happen, right, us African Americans and even other cultures, right, get together and cry out. But then it's just left there, right? And then here we go back with the same behavior toward one another. If we really can stay close to God and realize that God called us here to be people of understanding, of love, and to go after our own gifts and passions, and whether you like people or not, right? Because we all have those feelings where sometimes we may get a little jealous of somebody else's, right? Like, or sometimes we deal with our own insecurities. But if you're not able to check yourself and say, why am I thinking like this, right? That person worked hard, or that person has talent, or that person has different gifts, and God bless them whether I like them or not. We all have people that get under our skin. We all have people that we just don't like. But what will it come wrong at when we're not doing what's just, what's right, and what's fair is when we team up with others, plot and plan others' downfall, demise, talk about them. You never know what type of trauma that brings on people's life. But like I said in the first part of my message, but nobody wants to go through that themselves, right? But they quick to attack other people and bring that hurt and pain on other people, but when they're wanted for their life or their family. So this is why I'm saying, do unto others as you would do unto yourself. And this is why God is raising up so many people to come out and speak on what's right, just, and fair, and having the right mindset. This is why I do my emotional healing podcast. This is why I became a life coach, right? Because once I woke up to wisdom and knowledge and knowing that negativity and going against people is just not the right thing to do. Now, we all have our concerns about different people, but once we pray about it, right? Once we try to have an open mind and understanding what other people may be dealing with or going through, whether they're prospering or failing, right? Then we can come to the right mindset. So this is what I am encouraging everybody to do. So if you are in need of a life coach, if you want to change your life around, if you know that the negativity and everything that you've been putting out that is just not going well, I am here to help you get back on the right track, right? You can book me at keepmedifferent.com for being a life coach. And I also have an emotional healing coach